What's going on, good peoples? You know, I wake up in the morning and I be thinking about like what activates people, what triggers them, what gets them going. You know, I do a lot of public speaking, and when after I do my sessions and I talk to people, I get a lot of people that come up to me and ask me about what drives me. A lot of things drive me. A lot of things drive me. But something that drives me, like for example, to do things like this is kindness. So I like to wake up on a Saturday morning and just talk about kind people because there's a lot of us, but it's not highlighted. You know? So I gotta wake up and have a cup of coffee, talk to my peoples. A lot of times people's kindness is affected by things going on in their life sometimes too. Which I understand. You'll be frustrated if life's not going in the direction you want it to. It's very understandable. But still not fair, still not right to not be kind to people around you. If you alone, you be the meanest person you want to be. There's somebody around. You know? Still not right though. I definitely want to say thank you to everybody that does log into these sessions. And I apologize if like you're already on and I'm not talking as much as I should yet. Sometimes the algorithm or the person count, the community count, people joining into the live is delayed on my end. I don't know why. Like I see it later. So sometimes like 2 or 3, 5 people will be on and mine still say 0. And then I'll notice that it'll go up fast. And then when I'm talking, the people will be like, oh, he wasn't saying that, so they left. So if that happens to be you, just give me a second. I just wait till at least I see 1 or 2 people on, then we could get it in versus making the conversation pointless and we ain't talking about nothing. But yeah, how y'all doing today? Let's get a little conversation in, maybe like a little 25 minutes in, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm here in my man cave. I'm about to get in a little bit with the games in a second. Probably do a live stream gaming maybe Helldivers or Towerborn. I named this chat Secret Society of Gaming Community, parentheses, topic, kindness. Because I really believe that gamers are some of the kindest people on earth. You go to any gaming community, Comic-Con, things of that nature, kindest people ever, fun people, creative people, amazingly creative people. I've seen some people at Comic-Con blow me away. I'm like, how did you create that suit? That is a beautiful, elegant, pretty piece of work that you put together. And they're so happy to show it to you. They're happy to show it to you. They're happy to let you see it, touch it, demonstrate it, take pictures with it or of it. And that shows a lot to me of people. Like, it's like a community of people getting together, hoping to interact with other people. Like Comic-Con, MomoCon, DragonCon, all the cons. There's no cons. They should call them Dragon Pro, Comic Pro, because there's no con. I know con means like I believe if I'm mistaken. I think con means convention thing, yeah, like comic convention versus comic. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, some of the kindest people ever. Even if I'm somewhere, like there's times I'm wearing a shirt or something, right? Let's say I'm wearing a shirt that the other day I had a shirt that said Legacy of Kane, you know, and everybody that stopped me, well, not stopped me, but said something to me referring to the shirt was like really kind about it. was like, oh man, that's my game right there. Oh man, you bringing back so much childhood memories, blah, blah, blah. Like everything was a positive reaction towards the shirt. And it wasn't only about the shirt, it was the symbolism of the shirt, like Legacy of Kain. If you play Legacy of Kain 1, it was a top-down game, hard game, but fun. And then they took Legacy of Kain 1 and they turned it into a third person and called it Soul Reaver, which was like one of the dopest, craziest perspectives to do to a game. Like they took nobody's really a hero or a villain in Legacy of Kain, I guess nobody, but they took the main character in part 1 and put him to the sideline in part 2 and made the main character Raziel. And then Raziel was seeking revenge on Kain, who was the main character in part 1, which is dope if you really think about it. Then, so Legacy of Kain 2 came out, Soul Reaver. No, it was Legacy of Kain, then Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, and Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it was Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, where you played again as Kain. And then it was Legacy of Kain, Defiance, where you played the story between both of them split, and they realized they were being used. Man, talk about a movie that should be made. A movie that should be made is Legacy of Kain. That is a cold, cold game and story. But again, the kindness of people to rejoice and to gather together for a game. People don't give games enough credit on how much games create a community of people, a society of people. I have this theory that everybody that's frustrated, angry, bored, all that stuff, especially bored and depressed people, they don't game. Well, I know a lot do. I'm not saying that every single person that games ain't bored or depressed. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the ones that do not game, that are bored and a little bit depressed. I always ask, have you tried gaming? Nah, I don't want to do that. I don't play no games. I'm like, have you tried it though? No, I don't want to. Okay. I believe that there isn't a way for games to be boring unless you try and get decent at it. You ain't got to get good at the game. You just got to get decent at it. You know what I mean? Like, for example, especially females, and I know there's hold up. I know there's a lot of female gamers. But the reason I say especially females, the females I've met that do not game, right? I've found out that they don't game due to them not understanding the controllers. Like the up, especially third person games, like the up, down, how the left controller kind of controls the person and the right analog stick controls the eyes, kind of like the direction that the character's looking. When they don't understand that, they don't want to play. They don't even want to give it a chance. But I've noticed that the minute they start understanding that, they, they want to try it. They give it a chance a little bit, you know. But yeah, like the gaming society is so cool. And I started these lives because I didn't realize how much credit and how much gracefulness, thankfulness, appreciation. I didn't realize how much appreciation I needed to give the game community for me and some of the dopest people and interacting with some of the dopest people. The gaming community is fly, stupid fly. But I just wanted to drop some gems on everybody. We could talk a little later. I know that the lives get a little more crazier, more attention during the week. During the week, I guess when people waking up, they driving, they want something to look at. But I still do them on Saturday. Do a little touch on Saturday. I might do them like today, tonight. If y'all want to tune in, I might do that tonight. But y'all be safe. I'm gonna talk to y'all. Just wanted to drop some gems on people and say hello. Appreciate y'all. Chat.